Hey everyone, welcome back. If you've ever felt like your world is falling apart, this video is for you. Sometimes life hits harder than we expect. You lose people. You lose chances. You lose yourself. Your dreams collapse right in front of you, and you wonder, why me? But what if I told you being broken isn't the end? It's the beginning. Because rock bottom isn't where you stop. It's where you rebuild. Every great comeback starts with a breakdown. Every strong soul was once shattered. In this video, you'll discover how to turn your pain into power, your fear into strength, your scars into your story. So if you've ever been broken, don't hide it. This is your moment to rise. Let's begin. The fall, when everything falls apart. Life doesn't always break you with a crash. Sometimes it happens quietly, one small disappointment at a time. You tell yourself it's just a bad day. Then it becomes a bad week. Then a bad month. And before you know it, you're living inside that bad feeling. You wake up tired even after 8 hours of sleep. You stare at the mirror and wonder where your fire went. You scroll through other people's lives, smiling, pretending yours isn't falling apart. But deep down, you feel lost. You fail an exam you studied for. You lose a job you gave everything to. A friend stops calling. Someone you love leaves, maybe physically, maybe emotionally. And that silence after they're gone, that's the sound of your heart learning how to break. It feels unfair. It feels personal. You ask, why me? But life doesn't always answer. It just keeps moving. The fall isn't just one event. It's a series of moments that make you question your worth. You start doubting everything you once believed about yourself. The confident version of you begins to fade. The laughter, the curiosity, the dreams, they all start to sound like echoes of someone you used to know. You might smile in front of people, but inside you whisper, I don't know who I am anymore. That's the fall. It's not just about losing something. It's about losing yourself. But here's the truth most people won't tell you. The fall is necessary. Because the version of you that you were, the one built for comfort, can't survive where you're meant to go next. Pain strips away what's fake. It removes the noise, the expectations, the people who were never meant to stay. It forces you to meet yourself, the raw, unfiltered version. Nelson Mandela once said, "Do not judge me by my success. Judge me by how many times I fell and got back up again." Every fall you survive makes you more real. Every scar you carry is proof you've lived. When life shatters your plans, it's not punishing you. It's preparing you. So if you're there right now, if everything feels heavy, uncertain, broken, remember this. You are not failing. You are forming. You are not ending. You are evolving. And sometimes, falling apart is exactly how you fall into place. The lesson. Pain is a teacher. Pain is one of life's most honest teachers. It doesn't care about your excuses, your plans, or your timeline. It shows up, uninvited, unwanted, and asks, are you ready to learn? At first, you fight it. You deny it, numb it, hide it under distractions. You watch movies, scroll endlessly, overwork yourself just to avoid thinking about it. But pain is patient. It waits. It sits quietly at the edge of your mind until you're finally ready to face it. And when you do, it speaks. It says, slow down. You've been running too fast. It says, listen. The noise you've been ignoring is your own heart. It says grow, because the version of you that got hurt isn't the one who will heal. That's how pain teaches. It breaks what you thought was unbreakable so you can rebuild something stronger. Think of J.K. Rowling. Before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, she was a single mother living on welfare, battling depression, rejected by 12 publishers. Her pain didn't destroy her. It directed her. Every night she wrote, not for fame, but for freedom. She once said, "Rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life." That's what pain does. It clears away everything unnecessary, so you can finally see what matters. Or look at Viktor Frankl, the psychiatrist who survived the Holocaust. He lost everything, his family, his home, his freedom, but he refused to lose meaning. In his book, Man's Search for Meaning, he wrote, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." Pain didn't break him. It revealed his strength. Pain uncovers the inconsistencies and the inner strength. He discovered that even in the darkest suffering, we still have one power left, the power to choose our response. So, what is your pain teaching you? Maybe it's showing you patience. Maybe it's teaching you humility. Maybe it's pushing you to let go of people or places that no longer fit the person you're becoming. Pain isn't a punishment. It's an invitation to grow deeper, to see clearer, to love wiser. And one day, when the storm passes, you'll look back and realize the pain that once felt unbearable became the reason you became unbreakable. So don't hide from it. Don't rush to escape it. Sit with it. Breathe through it. Learn from it. Because every scar you carry isn't the symbol of defeat. It's the diploma of a lesson well learned. The fight. Standing up again. After the fall and the pain comes the fight. That moment when you're lying on the ground, broken, and something inside whispers, "Get up." At first, you don't believe it. Your body's tired, your mind's numb. You've tried before and failed. But that voice doesn't stop. It keeps saying, "Try again, just one more time." That's how every comeback begins, with one small decision to rise. It's not dramatic like in the movies. It's quiet, it's shaky. You might cry while doing it. You might take one step forward and 2 steps back. But what matters is you move, because movement is healing. When you start moving, even just a little, your brain starts to believe again. Your heart starts to open again. Your spirit starts to fight again. Think of Oprah Winfrey. She was fired from her first job as a TV anchor, told she wasn't fit for television. Most people would have quit, but she didn't. She learned. She improved. She came back stronger and built an empire. She once said, "Turn your wounds into wisdom." That's what the fight is about, turning pain into power. You don't win every day. Some mornings you'll want to stay in bed. Some nights you'll doubt everything again. But that's okay. Fighting doesn't mean never falling. It means never staying down. Every time you get up, you rebuild your belief. Every time you push through fear, you strengthen your spirit. Remember, growth doesn't happen in comfort. A seed must break before it can grow. A muscle must tear before it becomes strong. And your soul must be tested before it becomes wise. So if you're in the fight, tired, scared, unsure, don't look for motivation. Look for discipline. Because motivation fades, but discipline stays. Keep showing up. Keep practicing. Keep believing. You don't need to be fast. You just need to keep going. As Muhammad Ali once said, "I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit." Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. That's what this season is about. You're training for the life you deserve. You're not weak for struggling, you're strong for still trying. So fight your way forward, not for the person you lost, but for the person you're becoming. Because one day, when the storm passes, you'll look back and realize this fight wasn't against the world, it was against your own limits. And you won. The rise. Rebuild, reclaim, rise. Then something changes. One morning you wake up and the heaviness feels lighter. The voice that used to say you can't becomes a whisper that says, maybe I can. That's the beginning of the rise. It doesn't happen all at once. You start rebuilding little by little. Your habits, your confidence, your peace. You forgive yourself. You stop comparing your timeline to others. You begin to understand that progress isn't about speed, it's about direction. The rise isn't about going back to who you were. It's about becoming someone wiser, calmer, stronger. You start showing up differently. You speak with more honesty. You listen with more patience. You love with more depth. This is where transformation happens, quietly, deeply, beautifully.
Think of Steve Jobs. He was fired from Apple, the company he built. It was humiliating, heartbreaking. But years later, he said, "Getting fired from Apple was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. The heaviness of success was replaced by the lightness of being a beginner again." That's what the rise feels like, freedom. The freedom to start again without fear. The freedom to live your truth, not someone else's expectations. Your failures become lessons. Your scars become strength. Your voice, the one that once trembled, becomes power. And slowly, you realize you don't need to chase validation. You don't need to prove your worth. You are enough. As you are, growing, learning, evolving. This is your comeback story. This is the moment you stop surviving and start living. So rise, not to impress, but to express. Rise for the people who believed in you. Rise for the ones who doubted you. But most of all, rise for you. Because the comeback isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you've always been. The journey, living with purpose. When you rise, the world doesn't suddenly become easy. You'll still face challenges, doubts, and slow days. But something inside you shifts. Now you have purpose. Purpose is what turns pain into direction. It's what turns chaos into clarity. When you know why you're walking, every step, even the hard ones, has meaning. Many people spend years chasing success, but forget to ask, why am I doing this? Because success without purpose feels empty. But even small progress, guided by purpose, feels powerful. Think about Nelson Mandela again. He spent 27 years in prison not because he wanted fame or glory, but because he believed in something bigger than himself: freedom. He once said, "There is no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living." That's purpose, living beyond fear, beyond ego. And here's something powerful. Your purpose doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to change the world. It just needs to change you. Maybe your purpose is to teach. Maybe it's to create. Maybe it's simply to live kindly, to speak truth, to grow. What matters is that it comes from your heart, not from pressure. When you live with purpose, everything changes, even your failures. You start seeing rejection not as the end, but as redirection. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this trying to teach me?" That's how you build emotional strength, one reflection at a time. Think of Viktor Frankl again, the man who found meaning inside a Nazi concentration camp. He lost his family, his freedom, everything except his choice. He wrote, "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any set of circumstances." That's the foundation of purpose. Life can take your job, your comfort, your plans, but it can never take your attitude. You always have the power to decide how you'll respond. And once you understand that, you become unstoppable. Because living with purpose doesn't mean you'll never fall again. It means every time you do, you'll know why you're getting back up. You'll wake up earlier. You'll learn deeper. You'll love harder. Not because you have to, but because you want to. Your energy will change, and so will your English, your career, your relationships, your entire life. Yes, even learning English is part of this journey. When you connect your learning to a bigger purpose, to express yourself, to share your story, to connect with the world, it stops being just study. It becomes growth. You're no longer memorizing words, you're discovering your voice. You're not chasing fluency, you're building confidence. You're not learning English, you're living it.
Because every new word you speak, every mistake you make, every time you try again, you're proving to yourself, I'm not who I was. I'm growing. So don't rush your journey. You're not late. You're not behind. You're right on time for your own story. And one day, when you look back, you'll realize everything, the fall, the pain, the fight, it was never meant to destroy you. It was preparing you for this version of yourself. The one who lives with purpose, speaks with truth, and walks with peace. You are the comeback. You've fallen. You've hurt. You've fought. And now, you rise. Every scar tells your story. Every failure shaped your strength. You're no longer running from your past. You're walking with it. Remember this. You're not broken. You're becoming. Every step you take, every lesson you learn, is building the person you were always meant to be. So, when life hits again, don't say, "Why me?" Say, "Try me," because now you know what you're made of. If this message touched your heart, subscribe and grow with us. Together, we'll train our minds, speak our truth, and rise, in English and in life. This is your time. Don't just live, rise. And I'll see you in the next video.